if you're in Hex right now, you're in, you sacked for PulseChain, things like that. When can you hope for retirement? Let's say you sacked a significant amount. You didn't sack $100. You sacked, I don't know, like 10K or something like that. What, top of the next bull run, do you think if things go, well enough, what we're hoping for, at least if they go a quarter of what we're hoping for in the next 2 years, let's say top of the bull run, let's say 2025, whatever, just throwing it out there. Do you think there will be a lot of people retiring from this if they're able to? I mean, of course, you got to sell the top, you got to do stuff like that. But do you think enough wealth will be accumulated in the community where you'll actually be able to get financial freedom through these products in the next couple of years or 5 years?
Yeah. Well, the trick to retirement isn't just to have one lump sum of money and then spend that till you die. The trick is to have cash flow and assets that pay you. So if your ladder and your ladder's interests can pay you, and if Hex goes up another 100x, the money that you buy today could easily be that dollar value of interest that you need on a, quarterly or biannually scale, however many rungs of the ladder you have. Yeah, it could easily be. Hold on one second. Kitty's making some noise back here. Anyway, yeah, you can probably retire. But also, when you do cash money out, if you don't need money now, other things that pay you like real estate. What else? Owning like S&P 500, like dividend stocks, like something safe like that. Those are other generations of cash flow that you really need for true financial freedom. So Hex is one tool that you can put side by side many other tools, but it's the one that I think in the near term has the best potential.
How would you set it up? If let's say the next 18 months we could do really well in crypto. The people have Hex, they have PulseChain, they have PulseX, they have some community projects on this stuff, and they get a large chunk of money. Do you feel like staking it out, still doing the ladders for the next 5 or 10 years is a good strategy? Reinvesting part of it, holding it, like not even touching it, kind of going through the bear market or going through the bull market again, go through another cycle. Like how would you sort of navigate that for people?
Yeah. Look, I mean, what I did at first was I tried to make a bunch of shorter term, like monthly stakes that tried to time the first bull market that we just had. I didn't time it quite right because I've still got stakes and stuff, but coming out at the all-time lows, right? So that's the beauty of a ladder, is that you don't have to time the top or the bottom. The thing to remember is just stick to your rules. So a lot of my stakes, I didn't sell any interest at all. And boy, I sure do wish I sold a little more interest at the top. You know what I mean? Because some of them, I just restaked the whole thing. But for a new person starting out, I can really only just speak from what I did personally. So my initial try to time the bull market ladder range was between, 2022, 2025 somewhere, or maybe 2021 even. But then I realized, the power of T-shares and all that stuff. So I really started to go longer out. And that's when I started my 15-year ladder, which I tried to make at least one stake per quarter personally. So I think 4 stakes a year, that's enough for me. Monthly is a lot. That's when you're starting to get into a little bit, almost debatably too much, but monthly is probably still fine. I wouldn't go any lower than like monthly stakes. So yeah, I mean, if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably do the same thing. I'd probably make a couple rungs on my ladder in between the years time span where I think the next bull market's going to be, if that helps you on more of a short-term scale. But then I would definitely be making these longer 5, 10, 15-year stakes after that, because we're talking about orders of magnitude, right? Look what happened to Bitcoin. Look what happened to Ethereum. The people that got in the first couple of years and rode it all the way up, I mean, they made exponential gains. And people that are in Ethereum now too, I mean, let's say it drops down to $700 and then goes all the way to 10K next cycle. That's life-changing money for a lot of people. So you can start however you want. I mean, I know a lot of people disagree with me and they just say, do your 15-year stake first and then go back from there, or just do your make your stakes now from year 1 and then go all the way to year 15. One thing I feel pretty confident saying I would not do is I wouldn't make any stake lower than 1 year from now, because not only long-term capital gains tax issues, right? Why wouldn't you rather pay less tax? But you're not going to see much gains in the next year. Bear market is one thing. Obviously we're in a bear market, but I would maybe even wait like 18 months before making your very first stake. Like, learn what it means to hold something for a long time, and then you can reap the rewards of delayed gratification. Maybe even 2 years. But I mean, just to be safe, I probably wouldn't stake anything for much less than 18 months right now, because why not wait out the bear market and get paid to do so?
Yeah, especially if you pay yourself on your birthday every year. Not a bad deal. Kind of like that
Yeah.
idea.